I want to share a story. As I get older, I begin to think about all of the stories that my great-grandmother used to tell me, all of the stories that my godmother, who was an elder, used to tell me. And I am approaching 50 next year, and so it reminds me that I also need to tell those stories, because one thing I'm understanding as I get older is it reminds us of who we are, the strength that's in our family, the faith that's in our family, the oppositions that we had to overcome. I remember one story that my great-grandmother used to tell me is how they brushed their teeth with the bark of a tree. And for me, that was like, wait, what? But for her, that was normality, right? And so it shows us how far we've come. It shows us if we've evolved, if we've regressed in some areas. And so the story that I want to tell today is I have experienced burying a child, burying a parent, burying a best friend who I considered more like a sister. I have gone through divorce. I have experienced great loss financially. I have gone through a repossession. I have gone through things with my son that just was like, wait a minute, I don't even quite know if I know how to handle this as a boy mom. But over all of the things that I've been through, I understand that I've endured. And the reason that I know that I have endured and people see me as a source of strength is because of the stories that I was told about this man named Jesus, because of the stories that I was told of the way that my family came through so many obstacles, so many challenges, so many heartaches and upsets, but we always seem to lean into God when we need him the most instead of turning to other things. And so I just want to challenge you, tell your story. Generations coming behind you need to hear your story. Generations coming behind you need to know, no, it may not have always been easy. It may not have always been where you feel like it was all together and everything was working out perfectly. But when you look back over the course of your life, I know you can say you made it over. And there's an old hymn that says, oh, how I made it over. And if you're anything like me, you know you didn't do it on your own strength. And so trust me, your story will encourage someone else. Your story will allow them to know exactly how to handle every situation and season that they face in life. I love you. Be blessed.